Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the last class, we have completed by listening the summary of the 17th chapter. Now today we are entering into the 18th chapter of the last chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Sannyasa Yogam. This is the biggest chapter in the Bhagavad Gita, consisting of 78 shlokas. The other big chapters are the 11th chapter and the 2nd chapter. Now, what is the topic here and how this chapter starting? Of course, this chapter starts with the Arjuna's question about the two words which he has heard already in the previous chapters, and again and again he wants to inquire about them. That is sannyasa and tyaga, these two words, sannyasa and tyaga. Bhagavan Shri Krishna, when he started explaining in the 2nd, 3rd chapters and 4th chapters how the importance of karma yoga, and as well as side by side he tells about the highest knowledge or the Gnana Kanda also, Atma Tattva also. Therefore, after the 4th chapter, Arjuna has got a question, doubt. Please, in the 5th chapter starting, then Arjuna asked again about the, O Lord, you are talking two things. One is karma yoga, another is renunciation, sannyasa yoga. Now, you please tell me any one which is suitable and shreyas for me. I am already under confusion, and you are talking both together, and sometimes you praise and more emphasis on the sannyasa or gnanam. Now I am in still much more confusion. You please tell me which is shreyaha mama. And then there Bhagavan Shri Krishna told that for you karma yoga is better, because sannyasa yoga is with a lot of struggle and strain. It is not meant for everybody. So for you, if you ask, you do the karma yoga, do your duty. Then not only in that place, now and then Arjuna keep on trying to express and say about the renunciation. In the first chapter itself, he says that I don't want any this kingdom of either this world or other world. Better let me live in the forest. Let me live in the forest. That means let me be as a renounced person. He directly told that taking bhiksha and living is better for us. And in this way, he keep on trying to renounce and avoid the war and to run away. But in fact, Arjuna is not prepared or ready for sannyasa or gnanam before. He says, let us go to the forest again because I was already living in the forest before. Now what you did there 13 years? You have to listen this introduction first, then only we will enter into the proper slokas. What you did there? So you are constantly thinking about the war and how we can take revenge on this Duryodhana, Dushasana and all of them. And for that you are preparing yourself, and you did the tapas also. You accumulated some boons also. Now all of a sudden, after came into the war field, the war is just going to begin. Now you are saying that by seeing your relatives and your grandfather and the teacher, the raga has overpowered in him, attachment. Therefore, he is talking like that. The Jagadguru Shri Krishna Radhasarathi very well know that what Arjuna and what Arjuna's personality, what is Arjuna's now mind, what is going on, everything the Lord knows. Therefore, then and there Bhagavan Shri Krishna trying to avoid this sannyasa topic, and he didn't much explained and gone deep, because that is not required now. But Arjuna again and again reminding. Arjuna's reminding is nothing but not because really interested in the renunciation. It is only to escape from this war, to avoid this doing of this war, the action. So Bhagavan doesn't want that, because you are a Kshatriya, you are meant for to protect the Dharma, and Lord particularly his own agenda, I want to use Arjuna, through him I want to establish the Dharma, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So that is Lord's wish, but it is not that wish of the Lord is not his selfish wish, no. Lord never have selfish motive or anything. For him nothing, na kartrutvam na karmani, lokasya srujati prabhu. He doesn't have anything. So there is a tug of war going on between the Krishna and the Arjuna, but it is not visible outside. Now we will come to know, after here and there mentioned also about the sannyasa, very clearly asked in the 5th chapter. You are praising the Karma Yoga, you are praying the sannyasa also. Now what is the Shreyas good for me? Therefore, but Bhagavan not gone in very detailedly, because it is not necessary, it's not required to the Arjuna in this particular context. Atma Gnanam is required for everybody, but are we prepared to only live for the sake of the Atma Gnana? No, it is not possible for everybody. It takes time. So you are a Kshatriya particularly. So Dharma is there. This is the background, some points about the Arjuna's asking this question, and Bhagavan very tactically he is going to deal with it. Anyhow, Arjuna asked the question, taking the thread from that question, Bhagavan building up the whole chapter of 78 shlokas. So let me summarize and give a bird's eye view of entire Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, 18th chapter is only a summary of the entire Bhagavad Gita. So while talking about this, Bhagavan in the beginning deals with this about sannyasa and tyaga words, and it goes up to shloka number 1 to up to 12. But in this first portion is little complicated, because Bhagavan is going to brought out first in his answer the opinion of the other wise people in this world about these two words. Then Bhagavan gives his own, not opinion, judgment. Now, let us start this chapter. Another thing in this chapter, after talking about this, later on, then Gnana Yoga is again emphasized. See, if you want to say in a simple words, again Bhagavan is going to highlight and bring the entire teaching into under two headings. One is Karma Yoga and another is Gnana Yoga. These two only actually. In between, in this again the Bhakti, Raja Yoga, all these are included in this. So Karma Yoga, and therefore some emphasis on the being the Gnana Yoga is the end and the final step, that is again emphasized. Then just being in the 17th chapter, Bhagavan in the mood of talking about the all Trayam, Shraddha, Traya Vibhaga Yogam. So many things were discussed under the three headings of Sattvika Shraddha, Rajasika Shraddha, Tamashika Shraddha. So with the same mode, Bhagavan here also taking up this word of Tyaga also, and going to say, yes, there is again Tyaga also three types: Sattvika, Rajasika and Tamasika. Now, then Bhagavan, not only this, three types of knowledge, three types of action, three types of doer, three types of intellect and will and happiness, all this again Bhagavan is going to tell about 3. That all will come later. Then again come to the Karma Yoga aspect, emphasizing on the Swadharma Karma Yoga. And then again he goes to the Gnana Yoga as a meditation, he emphasizes there. Then again brings the Karma Yoga topic only, but under the name of the devotion along with it. And then final summary he gives. While giving that final summary, two more aspects are also dealt. What is that? What are the qualifications required for a Vedantic student who perceives, who wants to acquire the knowledge of the Atma? And what are the qualifications? Not only that, who is teaching that Vedanta? What are the qualifications or prerequisites required for the teacher also? He just mentions. And then final summary and this Lord's concluding remarks, and finally the Sanjaya gives the concluding remarks. This is all about the 18th chapter. Sometimes it is little heavy. Let us try to go slowly and understand. Now with this background, we will start the chapter. Atha Ashtadashodhyayah. Arjuna uvacha Sanyasasya mahabaho Tattvamichhami veditum Tyagasya cha Hrishikeshaha Prudhakkeshi nishudanam. Arjuna addressing the Lord with three different adjectives. He calls the Lord He Mahabaho, He Rishikesha, He Keshi Nishudana. To dwell little bit on these words are also is very important. Then I will go to the what Arjuna's question. He Mahabaho. Krishna also addressed the Arjuna before in some places, Hey Mahabaho, like that. Now Arjuna addressing to the Krishna. A Mahabaho means actually a fiery or long-armed one, mighty armed one. What is this mighty armed one? Because somebody is having a long hands up to the knees, Ajanubahu, Aravinda Dalayataaksham, like, or who is having a good strong muscles and power in his physical body and the hands. Of course, that may be the meaning, but here when Arjuna addressing to the Krishna or Krishna Arjuna addressing to the Arjuna, even you may have the lot of physical strength and power and prowess, but that prowess which is used to protect the dharma, which is used for the good cause, then only we can call it as a Mahabaho. Otherwise, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, all are very mighty persons. All are having very strong physical strength and all that prowess is there. We can also call them Mahabaho. The way they do the war, the way they leave the astarams, and all are, particularly Bhishma. But we cannot call them in the Bhagavad Gita. Nowhere Vyasa given those adjectives. Only here to Arjuna and the Krishna, because the both are meant for standing for the dharma. They are representing the dharma. They are going to protect the dharma. Therefore, the word is very appropriate. Then we have to think about ourselves also. What we are now in this world, in this life, whatever the extraordinary, either the wealth or the strength or the health or the name and fame, anything, they have come. Some people will get it. But I am not proud of them. I use all these blessings, my qualities, my assets, for the sake of the welfare of the entire society, humanity, and the dharma. Then you also can be called as the Mahabaho. Okay, that means a big hands to give a lot of charity, a big heart to help and serve the people, a broad thinking and understanding the views of the others. Altogether, the goodness should happen to everyone. A Maha Baho means a broad-minded person, not only broad-shouldered person. Then only we can pray or say or think about Lokaha samastaha sukino bhavantu. Otherwise not. So this is one important corollary we have to derive from this word Mahabaho. Then another word he addresses about Lord Krishna, Rishikesha. Hey Rishikesha. Rishikesha. Rishikesh, the place is very comparatively for us, close to the Kurukshetra only. It won't take much time. So come, let us both of us go to Rishikesh to take sannyasa or renounced. Because Arjuna's intention, even after listening so many chapters, so many shlokas, Arjuna is not yet fully ready. He is asking questions. Somehow he has come out of that commotion, but still, come on, let us start, let us go. I understood what you are saying. He didn't say that. Then Bhagavan, that's why waiting, let me teach more, teach little more, little more. Then it came up to the 18th chapter. If he understood and over, then why he asked the question again? He asked the question. So Rishikesha means Rishikanam Indriyanam Adhipatihi Ishaha. Rishikanam Ishaha Indriyanam Adhipatihi Rishikesha. That means generally who has got the control over his senses and including the mind, he is called Rishikesha. But if you take in a philosophical meaning, behind, because of which, because of whom these all sense organs are able to get the life and able to function, who is that behind all these sense organs? That is Atma Chaitanyam. So Arjuna somewhat keep on understanding, because in 11th chapter he saw the Vishwarupa Darshanam. Therefore, O Lord, you are the controller of the entire universe, you are the Paramatma, and you are now here in front of me to help me. Through me, you are going to protect, you want to establish the Dharma. So, therefore, hey Rishikesha, the inner controller of everything in this world, Paramatma. Then the third word is Keshi Nishudana, the killer of the Keshi Rakshasa demon. In Krishna's childhood, many demons were sent by Kamsa to kill him. After he traced first by Putana, before Putana itself they come to know, so he keep on sending one after another the Rakshasas. So all those Rakshasas were killed by Krishna. Just like a food, like a game, toys. And after that, then Kamsa decided that somehow we will ask the Krishna to come here, Balarama also, and then here we will plan to kill them. So he planned like that. Before planning that, the last trial, he sent this Keshi Rakshasa demon, who went and took the body of the horse, form of the horse, and then hidden in the some garden where Krishna, Balarama, these people are all playing. There he comes forcibly to hit and kill the Krishna, but Krishna catch hold of the legs of that horse and whirled in the wind and throwed it. That is the Keshinisho. Then after that only Krishna goes to Madhura, all that. That means here what the meaning and what we have to understand. Bhagavan, when we surrender to Lord, not only he is physically, externally killing all the demons, many avataras, all avataras to destroy the asuras and adharmic people. Therefore, here not only he kills, but once if we allow him to function, once if we surrender our head at his feet, he kills the inner enemies of all of us. We have inner enemies, we know. Majorly 6 inner enemies are there. They are the real enemies actually. They are the culprits. So, if at all we are getting either any good or bad or punya, papa, all these are all because of this inner enemies if not controlled, will behave in a adharmic way. If they are dominating inside, then we will, if they are destroyed, they were suppressed and removed, then we will behave in a dharmic way, otherwise adharmic way. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Now, to kill those inner enemies, we need a lot of strength. For that, we should seek the blessings and support and strength from the Lord. O Lord, you are the inner dweller. He is only staying inside. Then naturally, you fight with them, you control them, or you make my mind free from the onslaughts of those inner enemies. Therefore, Keshi Nishudhana, not only the outer external killing of the Rakshasa. Therefore, the meaning is we need to give a space for the Lord. Who are we to give the space, sir? He is already staying inside, you are saying indweller, even though, but what you are doing in the name of ahankara, proudness and arrogance and all that, you are not allowing him to shine. That's it. He is there. But you should cooperate. Give space to him. Give respective place to him. But in our heart, all the time only our family, our members, our property, our possessions and relations, they are only occupied our heart fully. Then what the poor Lord can do? How he can express through us. That's why let us be as the instruments in the hands of the Lord. The entire thing, whatever is happening here, whatever we have, we see, we possess, everything, either relations or possession, everything belongs to him. This attitude, that is enough to make us to progress spiritually. So this is the meaning of these three names of the Lord. Now, what Arjuna says, O Lord, Sannyasasya Tattvam Veditum Ichchami. I am desirous of knowing what is really the nature of this sanya. What it means really? Sannyasa means what? It's tattvam. That means clearly the real meaning of it. I want to know. Not only that, I want to know separately, clearly about the word tyaga also. Both. So, because he keep on heard these words in the previous discourses of Bhagavan, therefore, now he is asking that question. Is these two words are synonym? Are they different? If they are different, in what way they are different? Now you give me a clear picture and meaning of it. I want to know. This is the Arjuna's question in the 18th chapter, first shloka. Now, after asking these two words, Bhagavan now going to answer in the second and third shlokas. He says, generally in the world, the wise people, the learned people, what they define and how they say, what is their opinion. First I will put and give their opinion, then I will give my opinion, my judgment about these two. That he is going to say in the fourth shloka. Okay. Now, for us, before going to the Bhagavan's reply in the other shlokas, little more bit we will make it clear and take Bhagavan Sri Krishna's judgment, because for us the teaching of the Lord is more important, and because after that he is anyhow going to refute all these other people, what some are thinking like this, some are saying like this. Bhagavan says, so that I am just putting a keynote for you beginning itself, then therefore thereafter we won't have any confusion. Not only that, before seeing the words meanings of the other shlokas, you need to have some sketch about what Lord exactly want to say here. Otherwise there is a possibility of getting some confusion in this beginning portion of the 18th chapter, particularly about this renunciation and sannyasa and tyaga. Now Bhagavan's judgment, he emphatically says that in my opinion, these two words are same. The meaning is the same. The words may be used in different context, either sometimes it's sannyasa, sometimes are tyaga, like that. Then he says like that. Anyhow, the tyaga, or this first point, Krishna's opinion is these two words are not different. You are only just asking that what is this word, that is that word. They are one and the same. Then secondly, Bhagavan says that in this, so sannyasa, the meaning is how this word is derived. Bhagavan didn't say, just for our understanding I am telling. The some plus ni plus as. As dhatu really, and two prefixes are added. Some means properly, ni means nishchayena, okay. Samyak, properly, ni nishchayena. As means throw, to throw away. Asat, asata, asatah. As. So if you join and see this, properly, conformly giving up and throwing away, rejecting is called sannyasa. If you take that word of tyaga, that also, the tyaj, also same meaning, give up, to give up. That is called tyaga. So meaning one and the same. But here we can look about this sacrifice, renunciation, tyaga, in three ways. Sattvika tyaga, rajasika and tamasika tyaga. And Bhagavan says here, going to say, this Pancha Mahayajnas, whoever is gives up, whoever give them up, that giving up is called tyaga. So, but that giving up of Pancha Mahayajnas, what are the Pancha Mahayajnas? I need not to go into that point more, but just headings. Daiva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Rushi Yajna, or Rushi Yajna, then Manusha Yajna and Bhuta Yajna. These are the five called Pancha Mahayajnas. Whoever gives, avoid them, renounce them, it is called Rajasika and Tamasika Tyaga. It is given up, but it is considered as the Rajasika and tamasika together. So Bhagavan totally bringing two headings only. Satvika Tyaga, Rajasika Tamasika Tyaga together. But whoever do these Panchamaha Yajnas without expecting any phalam, then that sannyasa is called, that tyaga is called Satvika Tyaga. You got the point now? So Satvika Tyaga is that the person compulsorily perform these Panchamaha Yajnas, but he don't expect any result. Aphalakangshivihi. Now here when it is said like this, there is a possibility of getting confusion or doubt. What is that doubt? Sir, how come doing becomes the renunciation? Renunciation means you should not do anything, but you are praising by saying that person will do, and but he is just not expecting any result of them. That means what? Oh, there are results are there. Whenever you do any action, the result is bound to come. Now, the results are two types. One is you get the material benefits, that is one result. And second is you will get the spiritual benefit. That means the material benefit means the external growth, materialistic growth. And second one is internal, the spiritual growth. Now when I say that you are doing Panchamaha Yajnas, but whether I expect it or not, some result will come automatically. Or I expect, I do them by keeping in my mind, I am doing them only for the sake of my spiritual upliftment. To say in a simple words, spiritual upliftment means Chitta Shuddhyardham, just to purify my mind. Why you want to purify your mind? Because unless my mind is pure, unless the mind is not pure, I cannot be peaceful. Unless I am not peaceful, I cannot focus on the teaching of my Guru or the Shastra. What they teach, I am the Ananda Swarupa, I am the Gnana Swarupa. I cannot understand that. I cannot grasp it because the mind is disturbed. Why the mind is disturbed? Because there is a lot of desires are there. Therefore, for that sake, I follow the values, I follow the dharma, I follow these Panchamaha Yajnas. But my goal and aim of doing them is only for my inner growth, that is spiritual. Therefore, by practicing this valuable injunctions of the Shastra, values, I will get the purity of the mind. Then my mind is peaceful, and then I become the qualification for receiving the knowledge. Once if I receive the knowledge, I will get moksha. I will get moksha. So sannyasa or tyaga word is finally tells about the result is moksha. Therefore, these two words are very important highlighted words in this topic or in the entire Vedanta ultimately. That's why this chapter name is titled as the Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Don't take in a reverse way. Oh, you give it up. Moksha, you drop it. Not like that. The sannyasa is meant for moksha. So the topics which concludes and tells clearly about that, tyage naike amritattva manasuhu. But this particular, the final judgment like that, it is not suitable to everyone immediately or to the Arjuna specifically. But here Bhagavan tells that there are two types, that is Sattvika. Sattvika Tyaga is that even though they perform this Panchamahayagnas, they won't have any, they have the only, they do only for the inner purification, not for the sake of material benefits. For example, now I am teaching this and you are listening this Shastra Gita teaching and listening, this is called Brahma Yajna or Rishi Yajna. Now, when I am teaching here, I am not expecting any material benefits by this. I want to just abide in my own self. You are listening. I hope that none of you are not listening. By listening to Bhagavad Gita, I will get punya. By listening to the Bhagavad Gita, going to satsang and doing some seva to the Guru, my children will get married quickly, or my children will get the grandchildren, get the children, and some problems in the house will be solved, or my health will improve. I hope that you are not listening the Shastra for those benefits. If you are doing like that, then you are doing this yajna of listening, Brahma yajna, is called as the Sattvika yajna. Just for your purification of the mind, peace of the mind, and acquire the required ultimate knowledge. So in that way, if you take it, that doubt won't come. But generally, people in that we said Panchamaha Yagnas, Yagna. But later on, Bhagavan says, Yagna Dana Tapa Na Tyajayet. You should not give it up. This I mentioned already in the 7th chapter when we are in the end portion. It is told like this in the 18th chapter. Yagna Dana Tapa, you should not give it up. You keep on do them. But if it is just to keep on doing that, then how a renunciation can take place? I explained already. You do them for their inner growth, chitta shuddhyartham. Otherwise, generally, most of these Rakshasas, demons are also did the tapas. They also performed some kind of yajna yagas. We know that what is their motive behind it. Only material benefits are overpowering and conquering the Lord, the Ishvara Tattva. They later on they behave in a very rude and cruel manner, but they did tapas for that. Now, phalakangshivihi. But if you are also doing here Panchamayagnas all, now think about us. Most of the people in the world, whatever we do puja, we do with expecting something. Okay? For my son, for my daughter, for something, to get the more money, richness, for all this kind of, all the time, your yajna yaga, all these are expecting something, material benefits. Then tell me, what is the difference between us and the asuras? If I say like this, you may become angry. Then you tell me the meaning. If asuras are doing only for the asusuramante iti asuraha, They are all the time material prosperity, material prosperity. I have to conquer that world. I have to get boons, I have to become powerful and all this. They are asuras. If asuras are doing with all the external material prosperity sake, the tyaga or tapas, then if you are also doing here the same thing, what it means? There is no difference. We can call ourselves also as asuras. But nobody likes if I call or the meaning is that only. Why have to call? You think about it. Why have to call? Who am I to call? But this is the thing. You think. You think about this thing. Therefore, Tyaga sannyasa means not the giving up the action, but you do it, but you give it up the material desires of then those Panchamaha yajnas, anything, Daiva yajna, Rushi yajna, Pitru yajna, Manushi yajna, Bhuta yajna, everything becomes a Satvika Tyaga. Now you got some idea about it because this is important. Then if we understand the Lord very clearly, closely, now otherwise doubt has come. Now I have clarified the doubt. That's why to understanding the Krishna is very difficult. Krishna's teaching. Why he is telling like that? He knows or not. He is asking to do Panchamahayagnas, but same time it is called Satvika Tyaga. How come Tyaga in Bhashya, Acharya discusses, bring this point. If you are doing, then it is action. And action is how it becomes a renunciation. Giving up the action only is called renunciation. But now you got the answer. You need not to give up the action, but you can give up the expectation of result of that. Or if at all you are not expecting, it gives by itself, or if you expect also. But for my inner growth and the purity of the mind, then it is called real Satvika Tyaga. That's why after 15th, in 5th chapter, Bhagavan replied to Arjuna's question and all that. For you, Karma Yoga is better. In the Sannyasa Yoga, there is a lot of struggle. It is not stress for you. Then again, like that, when that 5th chapter gets end over, then before entering into the 6th chapter, that Dhyana Yoga there, based on the last few shlokas of the 5th chapter, Bhagavan starts talking there. What? Anashritah karma phalam karyam karma karoti yah sasannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriyah. Very clearly told. But still now, Arjuna asking again the question means not understood. Like many of us. Therefore, don't come to conclusion you understood everything. Or same time, don't think that I am not able to understand anything. It looks very difficult. Don't keep on listen. Maybe in one listening you won't understand. But second time you will understand. This particular point which we discussed now, Sattvika Tyaga, this we never discussed before in the other chapters. Because the context is here now, Krishna is bringing out that. It looks new, but still you may have confusion or the questions about it. It doesn't matter. Keep on listen again. That's why Bhagavad Gita, you have to listen many times, not from many people. Remember that. Because again, if you listen from many people, again you will get to many doubts and confusions. But the same Acharya, when he is going to talk again in the another language or the second time, you listen again, because few years back which you have heard and now you hear again same thing, your understanding will be different. Topic is the same, points are same. Therefore, it is a ongoing continuous process, Shravanam, listening. So by keeping this background, now we enter into the second shloka. So for us, Krishna's opinion, judgment is more important, and in second and third chapters, whatever he says about the others' opinion is going to refute them later. But let us see what he wants to say there. Shri Bhagavan काम्यानां कर्मणां न्यासं संन्यासं कवयो विदुः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं प्राहुः त्यागं विचक्षणाः. There are some groups of people in this world, in the past or present also, because they read the Shastras, they are well versed and well read. Here one word Bhagavan uses, kavayaha viduhu. Kavayaha means kavi, kavayoho, kavayaha. It is understood, known by these kavis. Kavi means here don't take a simple meaning of a poet. No. There are so many poets, Kalidas poet, Bharatiyar Kavi poet, so many who write some prose, some poetry things. No, here Kavi word is Kranti Darshina, Kranta Darshinaha Kavayaha. Okay. Kavihi word comes in Vishnu Sahasranama also, I think. In Gita itself, Bhagavan said, Ushana Kavihi. That is, when he is talking about the Shukracharya, he uses this special adjective, Kranti Darshina, Kranta Darshinaha. That means who knows, sees the things there about their intricacies, and what they visualize, it is meant for the future generation, present generation, and whatever gone also. They are able to look forward and see the truth. They are called Rishihi. Rushayah, Mantradrashtarah, Gnanadarshinaha, Tattvadarshinaha, Rushayah. So they are called Kavayaha. But still, even though they are very well read and Vedas, they know so many things, but they, when they interpret and say, they, in their opinion, they divide these two words and give different meanings. So one set of people, now we are seeing the one group. In this again, two different opinions. What is that? Karmanam nyasam, karmanam kamyanam karmanam nyasam is called sannyasam. That means nyasam, the renunciation. What renunciation? Of the desire, kamyanam karmanam, desirous actions. Renouncing, giving up the desireful. Desire means I am expecting, desiring some phalam. That is the meaning. Not sorry, phalam is told in the second. Here, no any desirous action at all. That means giving up the action we can take. So, desirous bond actions, giving up is called sannyasa. And another group of people who are called vichakshanaha, who was having lot of viveka, discrimination power, another learned group of people, They prahu, they say, sarva karma phalatyagam. You need not to renounce the action, but you renounce the results of the actions. Now you understood? One set of people, one opinion is giving up all the actions, all desire oriented actions. Kamyanam karmanam. And another set of people, they say, no, you need not to give up the all desirous actions, all actions, but you give up the phalam of that action, expecting the result of that actions. So without looking for the side benefits or anything, then it is called tyagam. So they are giving two meanings to these two words. One is giving up the action itself, and another is giving up the only expectation of the phalam result of this action. Sir, you also told in the same way only, in the Karma Yoga time, okay, karma should not become a roga, it should become a yoga, and giving up. Doing, but no expectation. Okay. Na karmana manarambhat. Bhagavan in Gita, he also says, what? Karma ma karma palaheturbhu, that famous sloka is there, no? Okay, you should not expect anything, and you do the action. That thought, it looks like that. It looks like that. Let us wait and see. Finally, when Bhagavan brings out in a very clear manner. But these are the different opinions. Okay, now you understood two types. Then in another third shloka, Bhagavan says there is another group of people and their opinion is like that. Tyajam doshavadityeke karma prahurmanishinaha yajnadana tapah karma natyajamiti chapare eke manishinaha. That means some other thinkers, some other group of people, they were all Astikas, they were all Vaidikas, Prahuhu. They declare what? Iti, in this way, Karma Tyajam Doshavad. See, any action is bound to give the reaction, means result. Action means itself is the bondage. Okay, and that action, therefore it creates the bondage, and therefore it is evil. Doshavat. It is like a poison, it is like a evil, you give it up. Karma tyajam. Some say in this way, tyajam doshavad karma prahu eke manishinah. Then other, what they say, but still some says, no, yajna dana tapah karma natyajam iti cha apare. You may give it up, any other things, but yajna dana tapah karma should not give it up. What it means, what it conveys. Now again 2-3 minutes let us ponder here. These are all the different opinions about the Tyaga and Sannyasa words. See, Shastra prescribes us and tells about the 5 types of karmas. Nitya karma, Naimitika karma, Prashyita karma, Nishiddha karma, Parihara karma and Nishiddha karma. We heard already this. I am just reminding. Nitya karma, Nitya Naimittika Prayaschitta Parihara Nishiddha karma. Now in this, Nishiddha karma is always should be avoided. Nishiddham. There is no any question of it. Then you can give it up also, this parihara karma, but you cannot give it up, avoid nitya naimittika prayashchita karmas. This is what Shastra talks about karma and all that. Now, those nitya karma, naimittika karma, prayashchita karma, under that only these yajna, dana, tapa karmas will come. In the 7th chapter, we saw detailedly what is the satvika yajna, rasa yajna, tamasika yajna, all that. But if you are doing with a satvika bhava, then as we discussed just now, satvika tyaga, it means not giving up yajnadana karma, tapa, but you do them for the inner purification. Therefore, you should not give them up. You should not give them up. That is the thing. Anyhow, I think we are able to understand how this chapter is starting. Some more clarity will come when we go to the other shlokas. So I have already told about the 4th shloka of the Lord's opinion, but we have not read, and that we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.